All right. Yeah, thank you very much. Musa alayhi salam was strong, though, in his will. And Allah really gave him the ability. And he told him, listen, what I did was an accident. I never intended to kill this man. And even though Allah has since then made me as a prophet, and I am a prophet to you and to all the people, telling you, there's only one God, worship Him, and you're not God. Pharaoh's like, okay. Excuse me, Mr. Moses, do you have any proof? Well, Musa alayhi salam was out in the desert when he got lost. There's something that Allah showed him. Yes, when he was in the desert, what happened was this. Allah said, Moses, what's in your right hand? He said, my stick. What do you use it for? He said, well, I use it to walk with when I'm going alone, and I use it to beat down the trees and get stuff down for the animals to eat, and many other things. Allah said, Moses, throw your stick on the ground. Moses threw it on the ground, and it became a huge serpent, a big snake. Oh! What's this? Allah said, stretch out your hand and grab it, and it'll turn back into a stick. Stretch out your hand and grab it. It will turn back. It'll be all right. Go ahead. Put his hand down. As soon as he touched it, it became a stick again. Wow. Moses, take your right hand and put it inside of your cloak. Now pull it out. And he did. And it was shining like light. And he looked at it. Look, it's so white. What happened? Now put it back in. Put it back in. Pull it out. And there it is. Normal again. Free of any kind of disease or anything. It was just as nice as it could be. So when Pharaoh was asking Moses, or Moses alayhi salam, was asking him for any proof you have, he didn't think he was going to have any proof, did he? Look what Moses did. Took the stick, threw it down, snake. Big snake. What do you call this? Quivering?
Crawling.
Crawling? What?
On it.
Yeah. Like this way. Going all over the place. Big. Quivering. Then when he stuck his hand down and he grabbed it, turned back into a stick. The king was like, okay, did anybody else see that? You saw that, huh? Okay, wow. And then Musa put his hand inside of his coat and he pulled it out. It was shining white. It was like, what's this? And then he put it back. And he pulled it out again. And it was back to normal. Pharaoh was like telling his guys, come here. What's this? What is this? Come on, guys. What's up with this? They said, it's just magic. It's just magic. We know guys that do the same thing. You do? Yeah, don't worry about it. He's just a magician. Well, that's pretty scary. Don't worry about it. We got this guy under control. Okay. So, Moses, you like to try that with some competition? And Moses said, sure. There's a day of festival coming up. So what I like to do, Moses tell him, I like you to get everybody on that day. Because on the day of the festival, all the people of all the lands are going to be there. So bring all the people together on that day, and we'll have a competition. Pharaoh said, good enough for me. So in the meantime, they started getting ready. They started letting everybody know there's going to be something really big going on. Now, throughout the land, the people had heard this story about one of the servants, one of the slaves, that had been raised by Pharaoh and then killed an Egyptian and escaped. They knew the story. It was pretty famous. And they were saying, hey, that's the same guy. He's back. And not only that, he's a magician. And not only that, He's got this magic snake that turns into a stick, and he's got some weird stuff he's doing with his hands and all this kind of stuff. And there's going to be a lot of other magicians there. There's going to be a big competition. And it was like fantastic. Everybody's going to go. Everybody's going to see it. This is going to be the event of all events. Who was the first prophet? Was a prophet the first one to read and write? Did God speak to a prophet? A prophet in a prison. A prophet who commanded the birds, insects, and animals? Want to know more? Join us for Stories of the Prophets.